Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lizzie. I hope you're doing well, feeling good. I'm sorry it's late. It's been a very long day. My body is very sore. I started a new diet, a new workout regimen, I should say. And it's hard. I still have 30 minutes to do before bed, but I fought through it even though I couldn't sleep. I know I promised a deceased loved one reading, but over the weekend was the anniversary of my son's death, and before and after, I kind of give it a few days before I even attempt to connect to spirit, just for my own personal well-being. So I will get to them probably Wednesday. This is a new version of Girl Code. I watched it back and I'm like, I need to spice this up. Like, if I want to make this a real thing and do episodes, it's got to be entertaining to you ladies. So I revamped. I stayed up all night last night, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to do what I can to make it more interesting and see where it goes. If it doesn't work out, it's all right, but I just wanted to make sure I did everything I could to see if it would spark anything. So now, instead of just listing a bunch of questions and giving you holistic healing ideas, I am going to give you a little bit of something for every lady I can think of out there. So we're starting with, I have 5 questions. We're still going to do questions, but only 5. There's a bunch of questions in here. I'm just going to draw them live, 5 questions for those. Then we have a weekly challenge. I will draw one of these. If you want to participate in the challenge, you don't have to. There's 4 different categories of challenges. I think there's like self-love, body, all different kinds of ones like that. So after those are done, then we're going to go in, we're going to learn about 6 different kinds of women throughout history. You have the historical woman, the career woman, the famous woman, the artistic woman, the athletic woman, and the woman activist from today and in the past. So you learn a little bit of female history and Girl Code. I mean, we gotta learn and grow and remember women that were awesome. After that's done, we're going to do what's on trend for women. We have fashion, what's on trend for fitness stuff, what's on trend for TV, what's on trend for music, social trends, like what are people, famous celebrities and people around the world doing for fun, and what is the gossip for the spring season. Just a little fun stuff. Everybody loves the tea spilled, so I threw a little gossip in there. I threw in fashion. I threw in what you should do to be having fun in the pandemic. A little bit of everything in there. So we're going to ask questions about women. We're going to get a weekly challenge. We're going to learn about 6 different women in all different areas of work, and then we're going to learn about 6 different trends going on in different categories. After that's done, I'm going to give you the quote of the day, and we're going to do a word of the day. We're all going to learn a new word each week and try to use it in a sentence throughout the week. That's also another challenge for you. You don't have to participate. Shout out of the day, we're going to give a lady shout out in whatever category, whoever I feel needs a little, hey, everybody look into this person and learn about them. It's something to do on your own, a little project. I'm just going to give you a name and what they do for a living, and go on and Google and learn all about that female, because I feel like they deserve a shout out and should be getting more attention for things. And then I'm going to give you 1 product review a week, like things that I try that I know women use. I want to give you the full truth on that. So this is the full episode of the Girl Code revamp. If you want more of these, and if you like it, if this is way better and you want me to continue to do this, because this is a lot of work, I'm going to give this 3 weeks as well to see how it goes. I might get a different idea to switch it up, but if I don't, I'm just going to kind of dead it and move on. I haven't gotten a lot of views for Guy Code, so I'm not sure if I'm going to stick with that. And I haven't gotten a lot of views for World events. So I think I'm just going to stick with 2 and do girl code, and then I'll mix world news and celebrity stuff into something like this that will also be revamped this week. I got all new stuff for deceased loved one. I worked my booty off, guys. I'm going to give you some new stuff. So I know I just bumped my gums. Let me write down the time so I can warn people. This is when actually the episode will start. If you wanted to skip all of that intro, you won't know what's going to be coming up. It'll be a total surprise. But like I said, this is Girl Code revamped. A little more fun and refreshing for all my viewers out there. Okay, ready? We are going to pick and mix these up ahead. I did this. Give them a good shake. 5 questions to ask the tarot. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. We'll leave that for next week. And then I got to do 1 challenge one. That will be our challenge for this week. All right. We can get that right out of our way. Are you ready? I'm just going to open all the questions up so we can go boom, 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 because I don't want to waste any of your time. Ooh, how about, I hope that ringing isn't happening in your ears. Let me see if I can fix it. I think I had my volume. Yep. God damn it. Why doesn't it ever let me do what I want? There we go. Ooh, hello. Sorry, guys. I hope this sounds better. If it wasn't fucked up, I don't know. I thought it was. All right. Ooh. Do women give birth more by using drugs or natural birth? This is something women always talk about, like, did you have it natural? Did you get the drugs? Are you going to get the drugs? Are you going to have it natural? It's a question that's asked. So let's find out. Do more women get the drugs, whether it's by IV, epidural? Do more women get drugs to deliver children than natural birth? Do more women no, we gotta mix the answer again, so rephrase the question. Alright, so looks like yes to me. You got more yes answers than no. You know how they like to mess with us. So I'm assuming yeah, but you know what? That's why science evolves, to make things easier for human beings. You know, would you rather be the Native American with a shuck of corn, just biting on it by yourself in the cornfield? No, thank you. Alright, let's ask the other way and see what comes out. Sorry. Super dry. It's like we're getting a lot of rain, but my basement is like stuffy now. I can't breathe a little bit. Alright. I have allergies, so put me in a dark place. I'm going to be like, ugh. I'll still be down there, but I'm going to die a little bit. Hell yes. Okay, so I guess more women do go gung-ho and have, I mean, yay, ladies. We got a definitive answer. And they were fucking with us on if women get drugs over. I think more women give birth naturally. We're badasses. I get the drugs. I mean, you guys are badasses. My first time I didn't, but fuck yes. Every time in the future, I'm not doing it. I know what it's like. I don't need to experience it again. Fuck no. I am all about science and advancements, especially when it makes something that feels like you're dying into something that's like, I might live. Alright. Are women better at business than men? Are women better businesswomen than men? Too many. Let's get one card, Spirit. Are women better at business than men? Heck yes, Spirit says. Woo woo. Maybe they're just trying to make us happy. I don't know, but I like their answers so far. Do women still feel pressured to marry and have kids? So basically, Do women feel like they have to grow up, get a job, find a husband, and get married? Are those steps they consider that they have to do in their life? Mixed answer. Let's get one card. Spirit. Do women still feel pressured to marry and have kids? Nah. I think women are onto the fact that it's their body, their choice. Some people get pregnant and then decide not to go through with it, and that's okay too. But that's a decision we all didn't always have. So I feel like women are definitely on board with, this is my body, this is my choice, I'll have kids when I'm ready. It's not the end all be all. So good for us, women. Yay. Do women really pretend to have cramps or say that they're tired to get out of sex? Oh, shit. They want us to blow our spot up in front of the guys. I don't think... Flat out, yes. I was just about to say, I'm just the kind of person, like, I don't feel like it. I'm not going to give you an excuse. I'm like, I'm just not in the mood. That's usually, which I think has only come out of my mouth maybe twice. So, I'm just real. I don't care if they get mad. Like, no, maybe tomorrow. I mean, are you really supposed to discuss it? That takes the fun out of it. Anyway, I'm really tired, guys. This is going to be an interesting episode. Are women uncomfortable with unisex bathrooms? So, do majority of women now feel uncomfortable that men can come in? Or do they not care? We'll find out. Are women uncomfortable with unisex bathrooms? Nah. Oh, no, they didn't. I don't think so. I think women are like, whatever, as long as you don't try to do creepy shit. Like, I don't know about you. Like, even if women don't get along and you're in the restroom and like, this guy keeps looking under my stall and I'm trying to... Like, all the girls are going to rally. And I'm like, you get the fuck out of here. Like, they don't let you. You know what I mean? So, it's not like they're going to get away with it in a room full of women anyway. We will go cucaracha. Anyway, let's look at our fitness challenge. So this isn't something you have to do, but if you want to, I'll give you the category, which is, it's an educational challenge. It's about learning. So for the next 5 days, whenever you start watching this, from 5 days after that, for the next 5 days, research exercises that will help you with the parts of your body you want to change, which will help you set up your own daily workout routine unique to you. Okay, so for the next 5 days, look at all different kinds of fitness trends. Go on, like, say you don't like your arms. You can go on YouTube and watch videos about arm exercises. You can Google about your arms to get you the arms you want without... Basically, you're going to be your own researcher in pandemic world, and you're going to act like your personal trainer, and you're like, all right, I want a better butt. So there's 10 exercises I need to do a day to get me the butt I want. Write them down, learn them, and by the end of that 5 days, you're going to have a fitness plan. So it's educational to bettering yourself. If you don't feel like you want to change anything physically, you could just research better ways to do time management or organize your house, something that's still going to benefit you, and have a plan at the end of those 5 days. But if you're unhappy with yourself, I think a lot of us have put on a lot of weight through the pandemic, and maybe want to start doing something about it. Summer's coming, it's beautiful, we can be outside, so give yourself a head start. And for the next 5 days, research 5 different places that you want to change, whether it's mental, physical, or stuff in your life. There's your challenge for the week. I will do it as well. I kind of already did that last week. I planned this week ahead, but I'll plan next week. So there you go. All right, the next is learning about 6 different women. Let's mix it up a little bit. we're starting, the Career Woman of the Week. We're going to talk about somebody who's known for being very successful in their career. I picked somebody who's very on trend right now. A lot of talk. They've had a very big year, especially with who they're interviewing. I picked Oprah Winfrey. Here's some things why we're shouting out to her and calling her the Career Woman of episode 3 of Girl Code. Because 1, she's a female multi-billionaire. She, in her own right, she made it herself. Oprah Winfrey the Oprah Winfrey Show that I used to watch after school aired for 25 years. It's a very long time for a show to air. She started her own production company called Harpo Productions, a woman who owns her own production company that can help other women. I mean, snaps. Like the girls say, the young girls are like, snaps to that. I'm like, what are they? But now I kind of like it. Anyway, she was a news anchor. That's how she got her start. She also has been in a lot of movies. She's a professional actress. So not only did she dwell in the TV world for 25 years, she dipped into Hollywood to see what that was about. She has a famous book club. She gives her approval on books, which helps authors get so much attention and get so much more sales. Being on Oprah's book club is the best thing for an author to get on. She's a revered interviewer and journalist. She's still surprising the world, getting those shocking tell-alls. She's a pro at what she does. That's why we are nodding in episode 3. Nod. I'm just going to do this to all the ladies. Oprah Winfrey, holding it down for women of color and women in general. She's a badass. So let's just do what the teens are doing. Snaps for Oprah. You get a car and you get it. I wish. Anyway, let's look at a historical woman in history. You might not have ever heard about her. I didn't until I think I did a little bit, but I don't remember her name or where it was or anything like that. It was just something I heard in passing. Anyway, we're talking about Sybil Ludington. Ludington, I guess. That's Sybil for Sybil. And Ludington is Ludington. If you want to Google her for further information, I'm just going to give you a brief summary of what she did. If you want to know more about it, please, by all means, educate yourself for the Historical Woman of the Week for episode 3. So what did Sybil do? On April 26, 1777, in the night, 16-year-old Sybil Ludington rode nearly 40 miles to warn some 400 militiamen that the British troops were coming. So this is during the Revolutionary War, much like the ride of Paul Revere. Ludington's message helped Patriot leaders prepare for battle. But Ludington was half the age of Paul Revere and rode more than twice as far to carry her warning. So basically, she was way more badass than Paul Revere, but everybody remembers the man and not the woman who did it too. She was half his age, and she rode twice as far. Why don't we know about her? Why don't we learn about her in history class? That's why she's my Historical Woman of the Week. Sybil Ludington. Sybil. Ludington is Ludington. Look her up because she is a badass beast of history I feel like we should all know about. Okay, moving on to the woman activist. We're talking about somebody from way back in the day. You probably don't know about her either. This is not somebody who's recent. All right, so we're talking about Maud Wood Park. That's her full name. So first name, Maud for Maud. Middle name, Wood, as in wood, the woods. Park, Park. Google her as well. She's also going to be a badass that blows your mind. She aided female voters as the first president of the League of Women Voters. And she helped form that league, chaired the Women's Joint Congressional Committee, which lobbied Congress to enact legislation favored by women's groups. So she put together the first let's get women to vote frenzy. And then she went out and got voters for politicians that supported women equality. Snaps for her too. Maud, you are a badass. Why don't we learn about you in history class either? I mean, right? Is it me? Like, I'm doing all this research and I'm like, this could have been talked about. This could have been talked about. We always talk about men in history class. I mean, go in the comments and we learn about like Amelia Earhart and some women. I'm not saying we don't learn about women, but like this Sybil Ludington did better than Paul Revere, but Paul Revere is the one we talk about. I mean, come on. Alright, let's talk about the athletic woman. This is also another badass you might have never heard about, and you might want to research her. Her name is Billie, Billie, Jean, Gean, King, King. She is an American. Since tennis is such on trend, I picked a tennis star. She was an American tennis champion and a legality advocate. She won a whopping 39 Grand Slam championships in her career, and she deserved her own category of greatness. I copied this off the Wikipedia. I didn't write this, by the way. In 1973, King prevailed in the historic Battle of the Sexes. Sexist he was, so I'm not wrong. But anyway, tennis. All right, let me start over because I fucked that up. No, this is live. I'm not gonna edit this. This is real shit. We all fuck up. Mistakes are fine. Inside my Virgo's like, motherfucker. King prevailed in the historic Battle of the Sexes tennis match against self-described male chauvinistic pig Bobby Riggs. A victory that went a long way toward upending the idea that female athletes aren't just as tough as men. She kicked his ass. Badass! Later that year, she organized a meeting that led to the creation of the Women's Tennis Association and threatened to boycott the 1973 U.S. Open if men and women winners were not paid the same. I mean, she's in fucking, where was it, 1973, fighting for gender pay equality. She started her own she helped start the Female Tennis Association, and she kicked a tennis player's ass who was a chauvinistic pig, and I'm sure in 1973 women were in their kitchens like, because they couldn't. I mean, badass. Billie Jean King. Google her. That bitch is awesome. Snaps for her too. Alright. What else? Ooh, the artistic woman. Now, you probably haven't heard of her either. She's way back in the day, but she's also very cool. So I picked an actual artist this time. It doesn't mean every time it's going to be an artist. It might be a musician or an actor. I just figured I'd start with an artist. All right, so we have Judith Leyster. She lived from 1609 to 1660, and she's known for The Happy Couple. That's the title of the painting. Born in Haarlem, Judith Leyster was a leading artist during the Dutch Golden Age. Typical of Dutch artists during this period, I can't read my own writing again, Leyster specialized in genre, I can read, paintings like still lifes and portraits. The details behind her artistic training are unclear, but she was one of the first women admitted to the Painters Guild in Haarlem. She later ran a successful workshop with several male apprentices and was known for her relaxed and formal nature of her portraits. So basically, she was the first artist that had males wanting to learn from her, not just teaching other females. So for that. Or you have to do it more than once, because they always do like snaps. I don't know why the kids are doing it, and it rubbed off on me, but sorry, now I'm rubbing it off on you. If I have to be in hell, I'm passing it on. And she was unique because the details behind her artistic training are unclear. So she was Probably self-taught, I'm assuming, if I couldn't track down where she learned, so even cooler. Still, next we have the famous woman, and because she's in the news a lot this week, she lost her husband, I picked Queen Elizabeth. And here's some things. There is one thing on here that's been in the news in a bad way, and I kind of didn't hear about it till this morning after I wrote this, so I might skip it. It's about her marrying her cousin. Anyway, Queen Elizabeth, what you might not know about her. Her younger sister was the one that actually gave her nickname in the family, and I think it was Lilibet. Lilibet. She didn't go to school like the normal person. She was home tutored, and then later in her life started learning more on her own. She served in World War II in the Women's Auxiliary Service and trained as a truck driver and mechanic. And she was in the war in 1945 when she was 18 years old. She celebrated the end of World War II by partying like her subjects. So the queen got down and partied. She wasn't always like, I'm the queen. And the war ended, and I'm sure she was out there drinking a beer and hugging people because it was a big moment in history. All right. She married her third cousin. She didn't tell her parents she was getting married. She accepted the proposal without contacting her parents, which was a big-ass rebellious no-no in her time. So she started off, she picked who she wanted to marry, and she fought for it. So she's a tough lady. All right, let's move on to what's on trend for the spring. Oh my God, I also have a surprise for you. We'll do that after. I totally didn't put it in my lineup. Why? I don't know. All right, so let's see what's on trend for women this spring. What colors are in? Well, sherbet or pastel colors like cool mint or soft lavender, a pale yellow, pale pink, very pastel, and sherbet-y colors are very on trend this spring. What kind of style? I just picked one. It doesn't mean everybody's wearing this, but something that's really on trend for the spring is the old school oversized shoulder pad boyfriend jackets or business. Remember when, I don't know if you're an 80s baby like me, but everybody had shoulder pads and they would wear business suits with their shoulders really square. That's coming back. So if you are going to work, having the shoulder blades in with a blazer is definitely on trend. Or you can just have a boyfriend jacket, a jean jacket with some shoulder blades in it. Just all you got to do is Google oversized shoulder pad boyfriend jackets, and it'll come right up and you'll see what I'm talking about. What accessory is on trend? A lot of women are into just plain black, very glamorous or very classically beautiful masks. Everybody has to wear a mask, so they're doing solid black this spring, and like some with cutouts or cute designs, but mostly just solid black masks is what everybody seems to be wearing. I know, like through this whole thing, you would see a lot of people with different design ones, cloth ones, but now it's like coming back to just a solid black. You'll definitely be on trend with a black mask. Let's look at what's on trend for fitness. What style, like what are people wanting to try this spring, especially women? Aerobics is making a comeback. So aerobics classes are starting up because they can do that outside. Also pool aerobics, now that summer's going to be coming. You can also look forward to some pool aerobics in the summer. But like I said, any kind of dance fitness, Zumba, that's definitely on trend as well. Any kind of class that you can take outside that women are in. I know they have Pilates and yoga in the park because you can't be inside with people and you can space yourself out better. A lot of fitness places are starting to do outside things. That's definitely on trend this spring. Outdoor activities to get some fitness. Roller skating is making a comeback. Not like I mean, I have seen a lot of rollerblades, but like legit old school roller skates or rollerblades are definitely on trend for spring. I don't know if people being home are like, remember when we used the rollerblade and that just became a thing again? But now it is definitely on trend. I have seen a lot of roller skaters and rollerbladers. Tennis is on trend because it's socially distanced and safe. A lot of people can do that outside as well. Tennis is all the rage. All the glory this spring, I should say. And trampoline. A lot of people want to get on trampolines. They're starting trampoline workout classes, which is pretty cool. So you might want to check that out as well. Being on a trampoline seems to be pretty trendy, whether you're hanging out with your kids, whether you're in your backyard, whether it's a water trampoline or you're joining a trampoline fitness class. Trampolines are all the talk. Everything that... I need to come up with a phrase because I don't want to steal like boring shit. I'll come up with it later. Alright, so what kind of fitness, like medical fitness, are we... People are into meditating. It's like a whole new crave. Like, remember when yoga got really big? There was yoga mats everywhere. Now you can get books about meditating, incense, candles. You know, you can make a meditating room in your house, which a lot of people have been making Zen gardens in the yards for this. But meditating is a big topic this spring. A lot of people are going to be doing it outside because they've been doing it all winter inside, and it's just continuing on into spring. But you will find a lot of people are into that this season. Let's talk about TV. What should we watch this spring on TV? What are people talking about? We have a show called Genius, but in particular Genius about Aretha. You can find this on Hulu or the National Geographic channel. It tells Aretha Franklin's life. A lot of people are talking about that, especially women. Then we have Warren Stories on Netflix is getting some pickup. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm interested in it. It's about what people wore and how it evolved. I watched the intro and it looks very interesting. It's definitely historic. So if you like historic stuff, it would be up your alley. Again, that's on Netflix. Then we have Mayor of Easttown on HBO. It's starting April 18th. A lot of people are talking about this and looking into it. It has Kate from Titanic in it. Again, it's Mare, M-A-R-E, of Easttown, and it will be on HBO starting April 18th. Those are all things that are trending for spring that you might want to check out. Let's see, what's on trend for music this spring? Everyone's listening to, or at least it's on the radio a lot, Anyone by Justin Bieber. It's all over the place. A lot of people are reacting strongly to it. Then we have It's Time to Go by Taylor Swift. That's another popular one that's on the radio a lot. And then we have Met Him Last Night by Demi Lovato, and Ariana Grande is definitely a good spring. Get your dance on and hope the club's open this summer. Alright, so social trends that are on topic. If for sporty trends, like I said, tennis is a really big thing this year. A lot of people are going out golfing, including women, and kayaking is a huge thing right now. So tennis, golf, and kayaking is definitely something you can do socially. That'll be on trend. You can meet people. Other people will be doing it with you. Other people will want to be doing it with you. So what can you do at night that's on trend in the spring? A lot of people are having bonfires because it's still a little chilly. It's still a way to be outside. You can roast marshmallows. You can cook some hot dogs. You can sit around and drink a little. Bonfires are definitely on trend because you can all be in your yard and make a whole street of bonfires if you want. Movies outside are starting. I'm really hoping that they're going to open the drive-in, but people are now purchasing those blow-up projector screens for their yards, and having their own movie in the backyard is definitely on trend for the spring. Probably more for my area will be in the summer, so we'll probably talk about this again when I do the summer episode. But basically, movies outside, even if you're like have sliding glass doors and you leave it open and you sit on your deck, I guess that still counts. During the day, what's some trending things you can do? A lot of people are gardening right now in spring. Over the pandemic, a lot of people did a lot of yard work. They're very into making their lard look pretty. Their yard looked pretty, so they're taking some time because they have time to plant some nice flowers. Flowers are really cheap. They just made them essential in my area, so to give farmers some chances to make money, so they're a lot cheaper than they normally are. People are doing full-scale designs. Gardening and landscaping is very on trend for spring. And going to the park, a lot of things aren't open in some states. They're talking about opening a lot more around here, like amusement parks. But for right now, there really isn't much other than to go to the park. They're not opening public pools or anything like that yet, in my state anyway. And you don't want to be inside because it's starting to get beautiful. So a lot of people are hanging out at the park. A lot. They've been packed every time I drive by. All right, so what can you do for a party? What kind of theme is on trend for this spring? Ice cream socials. Ice cream parties where you can make your own sundae. The kids love this. I used to do this when I was in daycare. They could add you just set out a bunch of candies, toppings, sprinkles, whipped cream, a couple different types of ice cream sauces, and people just go all out and make their ice cream, and they sit and they chat, and you can go right into the bonfire after that if you want to. But on trend for this spring, people are very excited about the ice cream parlors opening up again. Ice cream socials are all the talk. I gotta come up with a freaking phrase. Alright, so what's the gossip this spring? What are people been talking about in the beginning of the spring anyway? We're not at the end of spring, so this can't be for the whole season. But what topics are everybody talking about? Or if you talk to people, you might stumble into this conversation. Number one, the unfortunate death of Prince Philip and Prince Harry going home for the first time after the interview. This is like something everybody's been discussing over the last couple of days, and I'm sure it's going to lead into the funeral proceedings. And obviously, this is a big moment in history with the Queen's husband dying, so of course it's going to be a big moment in spring. I'm sure they're going to pay tribute to him, like at the end of the year, in memoriam. Definitely going to see his face on there. He was a big person in history. A lot of people are talking about summer things opening up, like we're going to be able to get to do more things this summer. We're going to be able to be social. A lot of people are excited about that. So they're talking about, are we going to have a state fair? Are we going to have carnival? Are we going to be able to go to Disney World and theme parks? And can we travel? Our campground's going to be safe. Like, can we start doing things that we used to be able to do? That's definitely a topic for spring. Legalization in my country for marijuana my state just happened. A lot of other states are joining. So this is a big topic. Like, oh my God, can you believe marijuana is now legal? Like, what does that mean? Are we going to have crazy drivers? This is a topic that a lot of people are talking about. A lot of people are talking about J-Lo and A-Rod. They've been all the gossip through this whole spring. Like, are they together? Are they engaged? Are they not? We don't know. So a lot of people are speculating if they're going to stay together or if they're going to get married or if they're already broken up. It's gossip. All right, and then, of course, a lot of mass shootings. We just had one yesterday, unfortunately, which is very frustrating to me because a 11-month-old baby was shot and killed in my city last night, and 2 other children are in critical condition. People just spray their bullets and innocent people die. So this is happening around a lot of the country for a lot of different reasons. So gun violence is definitely a topic right now for spring and all these horrible events that have been happening. Then there's the big talk of, you're starting to see commercials like get vaccinated. A lot of people are on the fence, like I don't want to, or they really strongly want to. I guess there's some that are like, I don't know. But anyway, the conversation this spring, are you getting vaccinated, is definitely on trend, and everybody's talking about it. Everybody's asking all their friends and their family members, what are you going to do? This is definitely something that's going to be a topic for spring for sure, and probably history. All right, so here's my survive. What is wrong with me? Why can't I speak ever? This is my surprise I forgot to write in my script. I gave you a morning, breakfast, lunch, and dinner idea. And with that, like a breakfast, recipe and then a drink to go with each meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner that's trending for spring, or just something new for you to try out if you're home and you're bored. I'm going to give you the ingredients. You're going to have to Google the step-by-step, but at least I'm going to tell you what you're going to need for these things. They're pretty simple. I didn't do anything like majorly hard. So this is for all my cooks out there, people with kids, people just want to try different stuff or have some cool drinks. Let's talk about breakfast this spring. What should you try? For breakfast, this is definitely on trend and something I'm hearing a lot about, which is why I looked into it. It's called orange mascarpone toast. That's mascarpone. Orange and mascarpone toast. And the ingredients you will need, I will hold it up if you want to pause it and you can copy it. But I'll read it. The ingredients is 1 cup mascarpone cheese, zest and juice one orange. Okay, so you're zesting an orange and you're juicing just one orange. I guess the mascarpone is a type of cheese, and you need 1 cup of that, I'm assuming grated. Then you need 8 slices of Kahlua bread, CHALLAH, roughly a 1/2 inch thick. Then you need 1 cup of blueberries, but you can also use blackberries, or other berries can be substituted if you don't want blueberries. Any berry is going to work, they're saying. And then put a little honey on top. It's supposed to be delicious. A lot of restaurants, like healthy upscale restaurants, are starting to serve this. So I figured I'm going to try it one day. See how it goes. What kind of drink should you be having for breakfast? Something that's on trend this spring are these green smoothies. You can get a lot of different recipes, so Google your own way of doing it. But this is the one I like. What ingredients? I'll hold it up. You can pause it and write it down. If you can read my chicken scratch, I'll say it for you. You need 4 ounces of fresh asparagus, trimmed and cut into 1-inch pieces. So basically, cut up 1-inch pieces, and it's going to equal a 1/2 cup. So fill up a 1/2 cup measuring cup of asparagus trimmed into 1-inch pieces. 3 cups packaged fresh baby spinach. 1 cup seedless green grapes, 2 ripe kiwi fruits, peeled and coarsely chopped, and a 1/2 cup white grape juice. And blend that shit together. It is delicious. It's one of the best tasting green drinks, I feel, because there's a lot of fruit in it. More fruit than other recipes that I've found. I like to bury the greens with fruits. Alright, so let's talk about spring lunch. What's something you can try? Cherry tomato pasta with avocado sauce. Very healthy, good for you, and something very on trend. These ingredients are going to make 10 servings, so you can pass it to your kids or your husband, or you can have it for a couple days, or you can find a smaller recipe. But again, it's called cherry tomato pasta with avocado sauce. You can Google the specific recipe, but these are the ingredients you will need. I'll hold it up, pause it. I'll read it for you. 1 package or 14 ounces of protein enriched rotini. It doesn't have to be protein enriched. If you don't want to be healthy, you can just get a plain box of rotini if you want. Or you can get the wheat one, is basically what they're saying. But you need rotini. You need 2 medium ripe avocados, peeled and pitted. 1 cup of fresh spinach. 1/4 cup loosely packaged basil leaves. And 2 garlic cloves halved. And it makes a nice, beautiful pasta dish, appealing to the eye, appealing to your tummy, appealing to your heart. It's heart healthy and good for a diet if you're trying to get in shape. What kind of drink do you want to try this spring? We have blackberry mint iced tea. So this is a cold drink for spring. We're gearing away from hot drinks. You might be able to get away with hot drinks and breakfast still, but at lunch, it's warming up. We need some cold ideas. So let's try this blackberry mint iced tea. Here's the ingredients. You can write them down if you wish. Pause if you need to. and I will read it to you. You need a half lemon, thinly sliced. You need 6 fresh basil leaves, 2 green tea bags, 3 cups of hot water, and raw honey. That's optional. You don't have to put the honey in. So you need 2 green tea bags, 3 cups of hot water to steep those tea bags in. Then you just add 6 fresh basil leaves for your garnish on the, either floating in the top or on your glass, and a half a lemon. Toss that in there. That can't be all the ingredients. Where's the blackberries and the mint? Did I forget to finish writing the recipe? Probably. I never went to bed last night. Make sure you Google it. Blackberry mint iced tea, because I didn't give you the full recipe. I'm so sorry. Must have been zoning out. Epic fail for episode 3 relaunch. Let's talk about dinner in spring. What kind of dinner could you have? Something new to try. We have white bean and spring vegetable stew. Something very light, easy to make. Eats rather quickly. You can throw it in the fridge and heat it up later, because not a lot of people want to cook when it's getting nicer out. So here's the ingredients. If you want to pause it and write it down, I'll read it to you. You need 1 pound dried large white beans, such as Lima or Giganti, soaked overnight and drained. So you need to soak them overnight. Make sure they blow up. 1 onion trimmed, peeled, and halved through core. 3 ribs celery, trimmed, halved. 3 pieces of celery. I like how they say fancy shit. Trimmed and halved. 1 ounce dried shiitake mushrooms, about 10 large caps. 10 large tops. 8 sprigs of parsley plus 3/4 cups of parsley leaves with tender stems. Again, you're going to have to look up the actual recipe. I'm just telling you the ingredients. And what drink should you have after dinner to relax? How about the Pink Senorita? These are the ingredients. If you want to write it down, Google how to make it. You're going to need 1 mint, fresh garnish, just for the edge. You can skip this. You don't have to be fancy. 1 ounce simple syrup. 1 splash cranberry juice. 4 ounces of pink grapefruit juice. And 4 ounces of tequila. You will sleep like a baby, my friend, for the Pink Senoritas. I've had them before, and they are delicious. That's why I recommend them for spring. Also, they're pastel and color appropriate for spring as well. Let's talk about the quote of the day, shall we, ladies? What is the quote? Let's see. Mondays are the start of the work week, which offer new beginnings 52 times a year. So every Monday is just another chance to start over again. So I don't know why we harp on Mondays so much. It's a fresh start, a new week. What's the word of the day? Well, word of the week, actually. Panacea. It's a noun. It means an answer or solution for all problems or difficulties. That's what we need. We need a frickin' panacea. Use that word this week. It is Panacea. Again, it's a noun, and it means an answer or solution for all problems or difficulties. Let's talk about the shout out of the week for the woman who you should Google on your own and do some more research about. I find this woman fascinating. I hope you do too. This is a challenge. You can do it or not do it. That is your choice. I'm just recommending Maya Angelou. She's a poet and an author. She's been in the news a lot. Look at her stuff. It's very good. All right, what product review? Every single brand I have tried. You know how when you dye your hair and they offer those sprays to fill in your grays? I have yet to find one that works effectively. There's 3 things that happen. Either it just dyes your scalp and not your hair, or it dyes your hair but it doesn't at all match the rest of it so it stands out. Or over a while, your grays come back out. It doesn't last. Those are the 3 things that happen. They are not effective. They're not going to get you through the day or a pinch. They range from $8 to $12. They're not a good idea. Just dye your hair again or put on a hat and save yourself some fucking money. That's my product review for this week. It's all, you see the commercials all over now that spring, and we're like going outside and like, oh, spray this on your... No, ladies, don't buy it. It is hogwash and it's not effective. Alright, I love you all. I hope you really like this revamp. Please give this a thumbs up below. Talk to me in the comments. Let me know how I'm doing. If you want to keep Girl Code, if you have any ideas of how this will be more funky and fresh, or what you want me to add to this Girl Code to get your attention or make you satisfied, because I want to keep Girl Code. Like, this is the one I was excited about. I'm not sexist, so I also did a boy code, but I feel like majority of my channel is females. But, however, men, if you're out there and you're watching this and you do want a guy code, please hit me up. I'm going to put my email in this description box, or you can talk to me in the comments, and I will hook you up with a cool-ass episode like this for guys. But I just don't have enough of a guy following to put the workload in. I want to just keep growing and keep you interested, and I know things get boring, so I'm always going to be evolving this Girl Code, but it's no longer just a boring list of questions. You're going to get recipes and drinks. You're going to get trends and fashion advice. You're going to learn some history. We're still going to ask Tarot some questions, and you're going to get challenged. Give you something to do for the next 5 days. So again, if you want more of these, please thumbs up below and hit me up in the comments or on my email. Thank you so much. I love you all out there. Be well and have a great week. Bye, guys.